What's up guys, my name is Matt Hiner. I'm with Hiner Outdoor Living here in Colorado Springs, and today I wanted to show you how to do a quick drain on your sprinkler system. This is a great way to prepare for a hard freeze that may be in the forecast, and you can avoid having to do a winterization with blowing it out. That's going to be good for the entire season. So let's go ahead and jump into it so we can show you how to get this done step by step. To do a quick drain, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver, and you're going to need a cup for the water in the basement. We won't need this quite out here, but these are the things that you're gonna need to get this done. All right, step one, you wanna locate where the water source is coming from your house and going to your backflow. For me, that's here in the mechanical room. Now your house, it might be a little bit different. You might find that in the crawl space, you might find it in the garage. Either way, it should be the same. And so for this instance, it's coming out of the meter and it's going into the main supply to the house. It tees off, and then we've got the supply valve here. So step one that I'm gonna wanna do is I'm just gonna wanna go ahead and shut this thing off, and that's gonna allow any water that was being pushed to the backflow, it's gonna shut that off and allow me to go open that up above so I can then drain the water out from through this pipe. All right, step two, you need to locate the backflow. Here, this is where that supply is coming out, and it's coming up to this backflow. Now that I'm here, what I wanna do is I wanna rotate all of these valves to 45 degrees, and then I can start with draining the water out of the pipes. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. This is where your flathead screwdriver comes into place. I like to rotate these at 45 degrees. That allows any moisture in and around the valve to move around, so when it freezes, it doesn't create and expand and create problems. If there is any moisture trapped around that, that'll allow the moisture to move around and not actually flex on this brass fitting. The next step is there should be a bleeder cap right here at the bottom. And so I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. What this is gonna do is it's going to allow all the water that's trapped in the pipe system to drain out, and some that's inside the house. We're gonna just wait for all this water to come out until it stops going. But until then, if we want to continue the process, what we can do now is open up all the valves that go to all the individual zones in our sprinkler system. So this is how the valves look. You've got the two parts to these sprinkler valves that we've got. We've got the solenoid and the bleeder valve. I like to open up just the bleeder valve here and not rotate this. The quarter turns and whatnot, that will wear out your solenoid and cause this to need to be replaced sooner than later. So I like to just open this. You'll be fine with just doing this little bleeder valve. And what you do is you just do like a half to a full turn is all it takes. And I will go through every single zone and open up every one of those. And what that'll do is it'll allow the diaphragm to open up and all the water to come back and drain out of the system. And then finally, at the very end of your manifold, these are your manifolds where all the valves are. You should have a drain at the very end. Ours is a gate valve right here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and open that all the way up. And that's gonna open it up and allow all the water that's in here to flow out and drain out. Now that everything's opened up outside here, the last thing left to do is to go back into the mechanical room where the supply valve is and to drain out the remaining of the water from the pipes. All right. Last step, we're back in the mechanical room. This is why you'll need a cup. We're just gonna hold this underneath the bleeder cap, and we're gonna open this up. This is just the excess water that was inside. Now, you might need a bigger cup, and if that's the case, I will literally just put this down the drain right here. Perfectly fine, that's what it's here for. And then I'm gonna open this back up. Get the rest of the water out of there. Once that's done, you put the cap back and you're ready for that freeze. If you spilt a little bit like me, just take a towel and dry things up. Good to go. All right, so that's how you can do a quick drain. Ideal time to do this is typically when it's in the fall time and you might have that hard freeze and then there's still gonna be some nicer weather and you're not quite ready to stop watering your grass. You can do this real quick, shut it down. It only took me about 5 minutes. and then you can turn it right back on. All you have to do to turn it back on is to just open everything back up, close the valves off, and then close everything up, and then turn your water supply back on, and you're back in business, especially if you don't turn off the timer. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. Another thing, if you're ready to actually do the full winterization, that's not a service that we provide, but I'll go ahead and drop a few companies here in town that do provide that, so you can potentially get on their schedule. I will recommend get on their schedule early because those things tend to fill up really fast. Again, I'm Matt with Hiner Outdoor Living. Appreciate you watching. Let us know if you have any other questions. Be happy to make a video. So like, subscribe, give us those comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.